Today, I want to teach you that argument is not about forming a position or sticking with it. Argument is about being principled and letting your thinking shift and change in light of new evidence and ideas. As you research, then, you'll need to continually revise your position to do justice to the complexity of the issue. When I am working to understand a complex issue, I usually study a piece of text, considering all that I already know about the issue and the debate. Then I think about what I have learned about the issue from studying this piece of text and how that information fits with what I already know. Does it extend what I know, add something new, or interrupt my thinking? The article that I'm going to read is called "The Child Soldier on Trial at Guantanamo." It is about a boy who was imprisoned at the age of 15 at the U.S. military prison at Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. Omar is his name, and as a child, he was recruited by Al Qaeda and captured fighting against U.S. soldiers. So, as I read, I want to be thinking, what information am I learning, and how does it fit with what I already know? What new thoughts do I have, or what ideas does it suggest? Take a few minutes to read the first three paragraphs in this article. Take a few minutes now to jot your thinking in your notebook. Think specifically about those questions we talked about. How does this information fit with what you are already thinking? What does that make you wonder or think now? And what do you need to find out? Are you realizing anything different now? So, were you surprised that Americans convicted a child soldier? And does that raise any questions about whether this is about national security? And what does this mean for other cases around the world? As you're going off to read and write, kind of similar to what we did yesterday, you're going to be reading and learning more around those same articles, but then continually jotting your thinking and writing down what you're learning. Always keep those questions in mind. What does this text make me think in light of what I already know? And then what new thoughts is it making me have? So you're going to be reading some of the same texts that you read from yesterday. You may be rereading them or you may be reading them again for the first time, always keeping those questions in mind. Regardless of where you are in your reading and note taking, it'll probably feel different today than yesterday because you will be considering new information in light of what you already know, what you gleaned yesterday. Not just taking in information, but categorizing it. And I want to remind you to continue to do the work that you learned from the first bend in this unit, to pay attention not only to the content of what you're reading, but also to the language and the tone. It's also important that you're reading text that will lead you to consider both sides of the issues, like the text excerpt from Long Way Gone. Okay, readers, off you go.